What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman of GBP Daily, and welcome to Rob's Table Talk. I'm here like I am every day to talk with you guys about some Packers football. Today, I just got home from Green Bay. Was an amazing trip. Um, Thanks for joining me. Let's get to it. This is one of the few late night versions of Rob's Table Talk. Um, As I just said, was driving back from Green Bay and what was just an absolutely incredible trip. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go, Jonathan Beckman. Thank you for joining, my buddy Jonathan. It always is 5 hour drive for me, so I legit just pulled in the driveway less than an hour ago, um, and yeah, watch practice this morning. Doing all there is to do during training camp, which is watch practice. Um, you know, watch Dream Drive, eat some good food around the places at Lambeau. So basically, in my opinion, one of the best little trips that you can plan. Um, Went up to Green Bay on Friday, got to witness family night, which was great. Weather was awesome compared to years past, obviously. Some great plays were had, and after a few folks were on the team, were getting a little sore, a little beat up. Coach decided to end it 20 minutes early, but that was all right for me. I got a 1 year old with me, my daughter. It was way past her bedtime, but we stayed for the fireworks, and as always, they put on a good show. So Sunday practice was closed to the public, so I did not see it, but today's was great. Although it was a little wet, a little cold, nonetheless, it was an awesome time. Great to see everybody up there. Before we get started, Jordan Love's got some buzz around him the last few days. He's put some good practices together, stacking them up, as Coach always says. Um, Smetansky, what are we doing here? We are talking Packers, bro. So it's what we do. Um, Anyways, before I read some great quotes on 10, Coach did say today that Jordan will start on Friday against the 49ers in our first preseason game. Should come to no surprise. Rodgers, we all figured he wasn't going to play. So it is now official that Jordan will be starting Friday. So the first football game, whether it's preseason or not, I'm pumped for it. It is almost here. It's game week. It's game week, baby. Get pumped up. King Cheesehead, thank you for joining. Before I get to the comments, which is the point of me going live every day, talk with you guys, to the quotes. Matt LaFleur on Jordan Love. He's much more in rhythm. There's more decisiveness. You see it in his footwork. He's not getting stuck at the top of his drop. It looks more fluid. It's translated to his play. He's throwing the ball accurately and making pretty good decisions. Those are some good words from Coach there on Jordan. Year 3, in what could be the future of our franchise. Don't quote me, but he very well could be, depending on how long Rodgers wants to play. Another one here. This was Coach coming out of family night on Friday. He said on Jordan Love, Jordan has shown a lot of growth in my eyes. It's been pretty impressive what he's been able to put together the last few practices. Hey, take it for what it's worth. Those are words coming out of Coach's mouth about our QB2. I like it. If any player's getting better in the Packers, I like it. Some may not root for his success because they don't want him to play because they want Aaron to play. But if Aaron decides to leave, very well could be the quarterback of the future. Let's go into the comment section here. Spencer, love all the updates from practice and all the news. Hey, it's my pleasure. If you're not there, I don't go too crazy as far as reporting on practices because I just like to soak it in. But appreciate you following along. Thanks for hopping on and thanks for the comment. Victor, I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. Thanks for hopping on. Gonzo Glovani, thoughts on Christian Watson? Unfortunately, I wish I could have some thoughts. He hasn't practiced. He did practice today with the rehab group, for what it's worth, but we haven't seen him in action. I saw him in action during OTAs and minicamp back in June. I was up there watching some practices. He looked good, but that's you're going against air. You're going against light coverage. Guys weren't going too hard, and he was going up against other rookies, other undrafted free agents as well. So, for what it's worth, I'm excited for him to get back on the field. I'm not sure when that will be. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Christian. Unfortunately, I don't have too many of them at the moment. Jackson, I am good, man. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate the comment. Be straight. How's Rodgers to Lazard connection looking? Rodgers to Watkins? Question mark with the 2 eyes emoji. I like it. I feel like Lazard's getting open. He's catching everything coming his way. So it's training camp. They're not doing anything too crazy, but yeah, I think it's going pretty good. Rodgers to Watkins. Well, Watkins was hurt there for a little while, but he's back. He made a good play on family night. It might have been a push off. It might not have been, but yeah, he made a good play family night. The unofficial depth chart came out today and has it as Lazard and Watkins. So right off the bat, those are your 2. Obviously, Cobb was not on there, so not sure if it would be Lazard, Cobb, Lazard, Watkins, Cobb, Lazard, Cobb, Watkins, but those are our top 2 guys going this week. Thank you for the question, Be Straight. Tansky, who is your favorite, most exciting receiver we have on the roster? My favorite is Allen Lazard, just because I think he's going to have a big year. We're going – I might have spoke too soon there. Randall Cobb is kind of tough to pass up there. But going into this year, I'm thinking Allen's going to have hopefully a big year. He's wide receiver 1, as we all know. So I'm going to go with Lazard. Thanks, Tansky, for the question. I appreciate it. Ben, how do the 2 Georgia rookies look so far? They look massive. Quay walked right by me today. So did Devontae. Obviously on Dream Drive, I'm chilling there watching everybody head on down. Those 2 dudes are huge. Quay especially. I mean, we know Devontae's huge. He's, defensive lineman. He's a big guy. Going to stuff the middle. But Quay is just huge. He's jacked. He's tall. Clearly, he's fast. You can see that in practice. So those guys look good. Thanks, Ben, for the question. Appreciate you hopping on. In what we do, we talk Packers. That's what we do. So, Mitchell Paper, are you the legend from the Packers official page story? I am not, but if you guys missed it, go check out the Packers story on Instagram. Dominique Daphne, he's from around where I'm at. So he came on my show not too long ago, and he signed my jersey of his, and the Packers put it on their Instagram story. So I thought that was pretty cool. So go check it out. King AJ, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. You said division rival that will be a tough for Packers. Division rival that will be tough for the Packers. The Vikings is the only option. The Bears are terrible. They hopefully will be for a long time. The Lions, same boat. They're bad. They have been for a long time. They probably will be for a long time. The Vikings are good. I think the question mark's on their defensive side, but they got Dalvin Cook. If he stays healthy, he's probably a top 3 back in the league. Justin Jefferson, top 3 receiver in the league. I mean, you could argue anywhere in the top 5 outside of number 1, I still think is Devontae, and Adam Thielen, probably the best wide receiver 2 in the league. Top 3 wide receiver 2, probably would be a top 15, 20 wide receiver overall in the league if he's healthy. And you got Kirk throwing on the ball. He can distribute as much flack as he gets. He puts up numbers, whether it's in garbage time or not. They put up numbers. I think they'll be our toughest opponent as far as the division goes. We started off in week 1, which I think week 1's going to be tough. It's going to be close. And if David's not playing, and you got Yash at left tackle, probably Royce Newman at right tackle, or Zach Tom going up against Daniil Hunter and Za'Darius. If both those guys are healthy, Daniil and Za'Darius, we're in trouble if David's not playing. If David's playing, it's still going to be tough. I was listening to my guy Aaron Nagler earlier today on the way home, kind of basically said the same thing. David's not in there. He's going to be worried. If he is in there, he's still going to be a little worried, but not as much. But, yeah, the Vikings for sure. Oh, man. Sean, thank you for the comment. Do you think they might grab a wideout after cuts from other teams? Without any injuries to our own guys, I don't think so. Coach and Goody were saying not too long ago they're cool with the guys in the room right now and they want to see what they got. We have a deep receiver room. One through seven. There's 7 guys that can, should be on a roster, whether it's ours or somebody else's. And you got guys like Danny Davis, Samori Toure making plays in camp. Those are the 8-9 receivers. They could make a little push. So you never know. I don't think they're going to sign anybody unless some of our own guys get injured. Coach and Goody kind of answered that for me, for you-ish. Let's see, Adam. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. Urban Greg. Besides Gary and Smith, how we looking? As far as the edge rusher position, not bad. Tipa, you got Hamilton making some plays today. That is still one of the best or one of the biggest question marks on the team is edge rusher depth, depth overall, really, safety depth, corner depth. The team, the starters on paper, especially on the defensive side, is super good. A bunch of first-round draft picks. But if somebody goes down, say at the safety spot, you just don't really know who you got. Vernon Scott, maybe. That's kind of the safety number 3. So we need depth at safety, need depth at corner, need depth at edge rusher. Those are the positions I could see the team going out and signing out of any position, not receiver. That's just my own opinion. Isaac, you see Dobbs get brought down to earth by Jair. I did. Yes, and Jair let him have it. He was talking some shit, which was great. But is Jair, I don't expect anything less. I actually expect him to shut him down every time. I also did see during the 2-minute Rodgers got a little ticked off at Dobbs. Ran the wrong route during the fake spike, and he called for a new receiver. So, I don't know. Dobbs is still a beast. He's still having a great training camp, but today was interesting seeing Rodgers saying, hey, get somebody else in here who knows what they're doing. So, he's a rookie. He's got some growing pains to go through, whether, no matter how good a camp he's had. But that was interesting to see today. I'm sure Romeo was like, damn, all right. Zane Mackey. What is going on, Zane? Thanks for hopping on. Thank you for the comment. Do you think Dobbs will surpass Watson this year? Well, seeming that they both haven't played yet, obviously the whole surpassing thing is a different way to phrase it. Do I think Dobbs will have more yards or more touchdowns than Watson? It could happen. I bet it. I've said it on the show many times. I think Dobbs will have more receiving yards than Watson, but I think Watson will have more touchdowns. That's kind of where I'm at with that. So thank you for the question, Zach. I appreciate it. BS 100 again. If the Packers' run defense is good this year, the Vikings won't be any problem at all. Stop the run, pressure Cousins, and Packers easily win. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love your enthusiasm. I love your optimism. Yeah, I mean, you're right. But we got to score some points too, and we saw how week 1 worked out last year. We came out slow. We put up a whole whopping 3 points against the Saints. They had a pretty good defense, but nothing too crazy. So it's week 1, and starting off 1-0, having a win for us, having a loss for them, almost as equally important. But if it goes the other way and we're 0-1, they're 1-0, they got a head start on us. So we got to come out a lot hotter than we did last year. Be straight. Thank you for the question. We got a couple inappropriate comments in the chat here that I will not read, but if you guys can see it, you can report that user, please. Very, very inappropriate. Juan, thank you for hopping on, Juan. I appreciate it, man. Zach, hello from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Zach, I should have done the show this morning. I was up in Green Bay. We could have linked up and and talk Packers in person. What is wrong with me? Tansky, which rookie are you most excited to see in action this year? Quay, for sure. Yeah, Quay Walker. I mean, I love the guys in the offense, but having a speedy linebacker like that, and for those of you who watched the championship game last year with Georgia and Bama, him and Devontae Wyatt, that is, just studs. And like I said earlier, they're massive. So I'm most excited to watch Quay Walker. You see these guys in person, and it's like, man, how are they so fast? What about A-Rod? Still any drama with him? Woo! No drama. I think it's business as usual with 12, which is, gosh, it's kind of nice. We're not really used to that. Ben, the Packers helmet floating in the background is fire. It is. Got it for Christmas this last year from my wife. Isn't she just the best? Yes, she is. I love it. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate it, Ben. Matt, thanks for hopping on. I'm doing very well. Had a great weekend in Green Bay. Watched practice today, and it was great. It was cold. It was raining. I'm a little surprised they actually had practice. Was kind of waiting on warning to see the update, because if it was closed, we were going to head out, start the 5-hour trek home. But thank the good Lord above, we had practice. We had Dream Drive. We had everybody out. We had everybody showing out. It was great. So, Ben, what do you expect from special teams this year? Man, anything remotely better than what happened last year is a win for me. But in all seriousness, it seems like the vibe with Rich Bisaccia, things are a lot more serious. I was listening to Andy Herman this afternoon, actually, on my way home from Green Bay, and I saw it on the field too. There's special teams coaches lined up everywhere, making sure everybody's doing their job, making sure everybody's lined up. They're doing things with a purpose. Whereas last year, I don't know if that was the case, and it showed on the field. And unfortunately, it showed up in the most important game of the year. So, yeah, if we can be a 20 to 25 ranked special teams and have a top 8 defense, we're going to win the Super Bowl. That's just kind of where it's at. That's where I'm at, actually. So, Dylan, thank you for hopping on. How you doing, buddy? Because I'm doing great. Let's see here. Isaac, the question of the day or comment. I did see they ruled it not against league policy for Aaron's use of, hallucinogenic drink ayahuasca. So W for us. Yes. W for us. And even if it was, I think he did that stuff 2 years ago on his own time. I think they'd have a hard time trying to get him in trouble, Maybe he was incriminating himself. But, yeah, I don't see when that came out, I just kind of laughed because he, that's just that's the type of shit he does, which is hilarious. And it worked. It worked. Back-to-back MVP, soon to be back-to-back-to-back MVP. So, CCK. What have you been hearing about Amari? I know he came to camp in way better shape, but haven't heard much positive talk. All the talk is Romeo. That's correct. Well, since Randall is in the slot, Randall's getting all the time with the ones. Amari's getting almost all the times with the twos, besides today. He had a pretty good day today. I think he had 3-4 good snags. A couple of them came in the 2-minute drill before Jordan threw a pick. Jordan Love threw a pick to end the drill. And it just is what it is. The defense has been flying around. They've been shutting the offense down. They shut down A-Raj in the number 1 defense right before number 2s came out. But I think he's been solid. It's hard to get those 1 reps when Cobb's there because Cobb's Cobb and he's the number 1 slot. But I haven't heard too much negative talk about Amari. But also not a whole lot of talk in general since he's been with the 2s most of the time. But sometimes no talk is good talk. So I'll take it with Amari. I'm still hoping he's set up for a good year. Caden, thank you for hopping on. And I am going to end it on yours because it's such a great question. And because I'm always right with these predictions. Last year, I predicted the Packers to beat the Saints like 35-10. 17 or something. Way off. Caden, your prediction for the year, record, question mark. I've said it a couple times on here. Last week, 13-4. I think we lose to the Dolphins on Christmas Day. It's a weird game. It's on Christmas Day. We're in Miami. It's going to be hot when we've been in the cold the last 2 months. We lose to Miami. Probably split with the Vikings. We sweep the Bears. We sweep the Lions. And the other 2 losses probably come from the Bills, maybe the Buccaneers, maybe the Rams. So I think 2 of those 3 games could be losses. I hope I'm wrong. But 13-4, 12-5, that range right there is what I'm hoping for and what I'm predicting. Where that lands us as far as playoffs, only time will tell. Will I be bummed if we don't get the 1 seed? No, because we've seen what happens when we get the 1 seed the last couple of years. It hasn't really worked out for us, so maybe we need the 2 seed. 2 seed, play the 6 seed right away. Then we play the second lowest. So I say we get the 2 seed, play the first game at home, whop them. Second game at home, hopefully, whop them. And then hopefully by that time, the 1 seed gets upset and we host the NFC Championship game. That's kind of where I'm at. And play the Bills in the Super Bowl and we win. Rodgers retires. He rides off in the sunset. Jordan Love, who's been looking great. He looked great in preseason, which is going to happen in a couple weeks. We beat teams by so many points. Jordan Love's in there slinging it around. No, I'm just kidding. Looking great. See, that's where I'm at. 13-4, 12-5 would be great. If we don't make the playoffs, something catastrophically went wrong because there's no way we're not one of the best 7 teams in the NFC. So I'm very confident that we'll make the playoffs. Pretty biased, optimistic opinion, but that's just kind of what I'm about. Optimistic. Miguel, hello from Cali. Thank you for hopping on. That will be the last one. Again, this is a late night Rob's Table Talk. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Episode 6 and the start of a new week. This is week 2 of what will be an ongoing series of Packers chats that I will be doing Monday through Friday every single day. So if you're on here with me this early, you are ingraining yourself as one of the OGs. So I appreciate it. If you like it, I'll be doing it every single day, Monday through Friday in the mornings, usually around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Hop on, chat some Packers. And that's it. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel where in a few weeks, that is the only place I will be going live on each day. It's a little easier to manage the comments. I'm looking at one camera here, one camera there, one camera there with all the different accounts going at it. So just having YouTube, I'll be able to throw your comment on the screen, read it off, a little easy for everybody else to kind of read it as I'm answering it. So if you could do that for me, subscribe to the YouTube, I would appreciate it. Link is in the description of this video. Link's also in the bio on my Instagram and is also on the website at gbpdaily.com. Thank you again for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow.